Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news update information with a video on the 2023 Ford Maverick. Now, we are working our way through the Maverick videos, or what we call our complete guide videos, where we're going to cover all the standard equipment as well as the different packages available and standalone options available for each of the three trim models. This one here we're going to dedicate to the XL, which is your standard trim for the 2023 Ford Maverick. So if you like videos like this, you might like to check out our channel. So hit the red subscribe button down below so you can get subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you can get notified next time we have another video uploaded to YouTube channel. As somebody said, I like to call this our complete guide video because we'll cover all the standard equipment, every little feature here, as well as all the different packages available and every standalone option that you can order. So if you do have that 2023 Ford Maverick order in with your dealer, you know what changes you can make to your order. So just to kind of clarify right now, because the order banks are closed, if you did get your 23 Ford Maverick order in, you can make changes to about everything except for the motor at this point. So you can change, if you want front wheel drive or all-wheel drive. They did say that we may not be able to make the changes to that later, as well as your trim changes. But it seems like any of the packages and any of the standalone options can be altered and changed, as well as colors. So we'll go through all that information in this video for you, so if you want to make those changes, you can. Now, if you're out there, you did not get your 23 Ford Maverick order in, we'll let you know that will probably be available to order those again next year. So it's going to be a while for you, but hopefully this video does help you out. If you're interested, and maybe that's something you might want to look at, this can help you out. So let's dive in. First, we're going to talk about some of the mechanical features, and then we're going to talk about some of the basically go around the vehicle that way. So this is pretty similar to what we did last year for the Ford Maverick with some updated information for this year. So first, we are going to use the build-in price from 2022. So Ford has not updated the build-in price for the information for 2023. So could not get that online before they stopped taking orders, which is kind of funny. But so we are going to use information from 22 because a lot of it is the same with a couple new packages. So we'll just kind of let you know what those are as we go through that. But we're going to use that for some of the examples on images for us to use, so you're just not looking at me for an entire 30 minutes or whatever it might be. So let's go ahead and go over to the website so you can kind of see that. So Ford.com is what we're using here. If you go to trucks and vans right here, you can see the Ford Maverick. So again, it says 2022. Eventually, it should look like what the Ranger looks like here, where it shows 2023. But for right now, it does not. So we're going to click that build and price at this point and get in here. Start our build. And yeah, we know there's constraints. So anyway, so there's what we're looking at. So it looks like the XL is starting at $20,995. Whether you go for a hybrid or the EcoBoost, it is showing $21,430 from last year, but we do know this year it is the same. In fact, you know what? Before we go any further, I am going to get the price list so we can compare prices at the time of this video. I will tell you those prices could be different when you're watching this video if they have any price increases throughout the model year. So to start with right now, let's look at this. XL Crew Cab front wheel drive looks like is $22,195. So it does look like it went up on the XL hybrid here. So that's your starting price is $22,195. Don't forget about the destination and delivery, which is $1,495. That is the cost of getting it from the factory to your dealership. So that will be added to that for that. So keep that in mind. So it doesn't matter if you go with the XL hybrid or the EcoBoost, they are the same price, $22,195 plus the destination and delivery. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So that is the first thing I want to cover, is that you can get this in either the 2.5 liter hybrid engine or the 2.0 liter EcoBoost engine. You can get in either one of those. Well, if you do get the hybrid engine, you'll have that automatic continuously variable transmission. And of course, if you go with the EcoBoost, it is an 8-speed automatic transmission there. So we're going to go and talk about both of those here. So let's start our build with the hybrid. So there you go. You do need to select that motor. If you go down here to powertrains, you can go back and forth on these. You'll notice though on this one just has front wheel drive on this, because front wheel drive is only available in the hybrid. But if I do choose to go to the EcoBoost, you'll notice now I have the option for the all-wheel drive, and they're showing $26,555, and that is not the correct pricing. So all-wheel drive looks like, let me find that in here. So if we're looking at the all-wheel drive, it is, I believe it's 2220. So 2,220 to go all-wheel drive for any of your trims there. So whether it be 100, 300, or 500A, which is XL, XLT, or Lariat. So, and just so you know, you cannot get this in an all-wheel drive hybrid for this model year. So just kind of let you know about that. So also talking about this, you will have some of the functional features. Electric parking brake that comes with this. You have electronic park brake boost for your hybrids, so it helps slow the vehicle down, regenerate some of that battery. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, to give you more distance on your electric motor there for you. Also does get, or giving you the energy back into your batteries to help with that electric motor. You do have EPAS, electric power assist steering, and that's really great, because what that's going to do is, you know, being electric powered is a little bit different. It's going to save you a little bit on fuel, but also it's going to make it a little bit easier to turn when you're going those slow parking lots and things like that. But then on the highway, it's going to stiffen it up so that way that wind doesn't push you from side to side. Also does have electronic stability control as well there. Now let's talk about some safety features here. And I don't know if I can get some images of the interior of this, but this one will have, of course, for your airbags, you will have the driver and front passenger dual stage airbag. Deploys a different size airbag, depends on how close you are to the front of the vehicle or the steering wheel. Does have a driver knee airbag that's going to deploy down from that underneath that steering column to protect the knees from that front collision. You will have a driver and front passenger side impact airbags. So if you get a side collision, it's going to help deploy an airbag from the side of the seat to protect those in the front seat. Most of your collisions do happen in that A and B pillar, and that's why we have it on those front seats. Also you get safety canopy airbag. Deploys down from that side curtain right here. It deploys down to protect from breaking glass if you have a rollover situation, and it will have a rollover sensor as well, so it knows when that's going to happen. Couple other safety features to note that is standard on these. There's several of the suite of Copilot 360 features that are standard with this. One of them is the pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, and that includes pedestrian detection. So it has a front collision warning, a front sensor up there. Not a front sensor, front collision warning. So it's not going to have front sensing system. So I want to make sure I say that correctly. But if you're coming along and there's a car in front of you going much slower than you, or there's a pedestrian out there and you're going under a certain mile an hour for the pedestrians, it's going to alert you and let you know that. It's going to put a light on your productivity screen, series of tones that you need to stop, and preloads those brakes so that when you hit those brakes, you're going to stop much faster. So that's a pretty nice. Also does have post-collision braking. So if you are in an accident, maybe you're unconscious, it's going to brake the vehicle so you don't wander off into it and make it a more severe accident there. Also, you do have the latch system, lower anchors and tethers for children. So that means it has these little spots right here that if you have that front or rear facing car seat, you can fasten them down into that instead of using the shoulder harnesses. Much safer for those kids. And then behind the seat, there's also a little hook for those front facing car seats so that the top part of that won't come forward if you're braking real severely. So that latch system is a nice way and nice safety feature for those car seats. Also, you do have secure lock, passive, and a theft system as well. So that there is going to basically lock out that steering column. So when you shut the vehicle off, and as soon as you take the key out, it's locking that steering column. So only the coded key can start the vehicle. And then you do have anti-theft engine immobilizer, which is that same feature there, kind of going along with that. So that's all of our mechanical and safety features. Let's jump to the outside, talk about some of the exterior styling. Okay, so let's talk about the exterior styling. We are going to use this because, again, last year has the same look as it did for last year. So starting here at the front of the vehicle, let's actually see if we can get just a front shot. There we go, a little bit better front shot there. We do have a black mesh grille here with the black bars that come across for blue oval on the front. So you're going to see that. You'll look as we talk about different trims, you'll see a little bit different design on each one of those. This one has more of a circular kind of a look to all the mesh grille in the front there. So it'll have a little bit different look there. Steel bumpers as well up here. Steel front bumper, and you're going to see that molded in black down here in the lower part that has a little bit more durability to it from things getting kicked up on the front of it. You will get active grille shutters as well. They will open and close when it needs to. So faster speeds, it's going to close it, allow for a little bit better aerodynamics. Slower speeds opens it up for you, so that way it helps cool off that engine up there. You also do get daytime running lights, so you can have those turned on, have them on during the daytime if you want to. Also, you will have the automatic headlights up here, so they'll come on automatic when it gets dark, shut off when it gets light when you have it in the auto setting for those. And as part of the Copilot 360 features that you get, auto high beams as well. So that means just kind of like your automatic headlights, when it's dark enough outside, turn those high beams on automatically. Car approaches you, you're in the city lights, it's going to shut those off. So that is a feature you can activate, deactivate in your lighting section of your vehicle settings screen for the vehicle there too. So there's kind of the front, some of the front features for the XL trim. Let's move around to the side here. Let's get us a good side shot. There we go. There's a side shot there. You will see here for the standard wheels is a 17-inch sparkle silver steel wheels. So it is a steel wheel, but they are painted a sparkle silver color, so they don't look too dull for it instead of being black. You also get all-season tires that are going to come standard with that. You get 4-wheel disc brakes, and you also get the tire pressure monitoring system for those tires. Continuously monitors the tire pressure on those, so you know if you have one that's real low that you need to air up, or maybe even take the service station to your service department at your local dealer and let them be able to look at it and see if there's a hole or something like that. The fender badge over here will say XL on the side. It will be black, like you're kind of seeing there. Also, your mirror caps. Mirror caps are going to be molded in black. Same kind of material you're getting down here with the bumpers. Lower part of bumpers, more durable. So if you get rocks and such get kicked up, then it's going to take care of it and not damage it too much. So you got molded in black mirrors there. Manual folding, which means those can fold in against towards the glass. If you're in a parking lot, something like that, you need to get through there. You could, breakaway mirrors, in the sense what people like to call them. And you do get manual glass for the mirror, so you can adjust the mirror just with your hand by adjusting it where you need it to go. So manual glass for the mirrors. Also molded in black door handles, just like the fender badge and your front and the back of the mirrors as well, and your bumper. So that molded in black door handles right there too. You will have remote keyless entry, so you will still have a flip key, unlock lock with that keyless entry, which is nice to have even on this XL trim. And then lower rocker molding is going to be that molded in black as well. You kind of see that carry on back here in the back part as well. So that's the durability of that. You do get easy fuel capless filler door, so you don't have to worry about a door or cap leaving behind, getting your hands dirty, anything like that. You just open that outside door just by pressing it. Unless you have a hybrid, then you have to pull the release that's inside the vehicle and pop that open, and then just go ahead and put the nozzle in, fill it up. When you're done, just shut the door. It's that simple. So it's a double door system within there, so you can't, if you don't have the right size nozzle like you see at the pumps, you cannot open the second door to get into there, which is nice. That's why they provide a funnel, so if you do run out of gas, you need to use a can. It will not be the right size nozzle there, so you use the funnel that comes with it. That's a perfect size for that, and that'll be located behind the rear seat. So just pull that rear seat forward and you'll find it back there. Now for your fuel tank, 15-gallon fuel tank, and then 17-gallon for your gas. So 15-gallon for the hybrid, 17-gallon for your gas engine there. So let's move this around to the back and to cover some of the back features. This would be a good shot there. So you will see on the back of the cab, center high mounted stoplight up here on the back. Also a fixed rear glass back here. And for the tailgate, it is a manual locking tailgate. So you will have a key. It's kind of a hole right there. You can unlock and lock it that way. It will not lock with the remote with the doors. It does have a molded in black right there for the door handle as well, or tailgate handle, as well as along the top rails will also be that molded in black. And so you can always do that. Also, the rear bumper is molded in black as well. So again, more durable and such for that. And so you don't have to worry about that being painted or anything like that. Also, you do have a rear view camera, so you're going to be positioned on the back of your tailgate emblem back here, or the Ford emblem, I should say, so you can be able to see as you're backing up. You'll be able to see behind you with that rear view camera using the center stack screen. Also, does get trailer sway control. Wasn't mentioned in last year's order guide. I think it was available last year. They just didn't list it as a standard equipment, but you will have trailer sway control with the vehicle. So that way, if you do add the hitch, you already have the trailer sway control. Under the frame, a mini spare tire, so it's located underneath there. And it's difficult to get to, but there is right between where the tailgate is and the bumper, there is actually a hole for you to take. There's an extension for the jack. You put it in there, and that's how you would lower that tire down. And then inside you have 6 pickup box tie downs. That's 2 more than the F-150 gets, just throwing that out there, as well as the Ranger. So you'll have a couple different tie downs in the cargo area or in that bed area to be able to tie things down real easily inside there. So that's all the exterior features on the XL trim. Let's move inside and talk about some interior features. So moving to the interior, first of course, you're going to have cloth seats as the material for the interior on the XL trim. So a nice cloth seat. You'll see they will be black seats. Also, you're seeing some of that navy pure environment in here. So you're going to see that here on the console, the lower part of the dash and such. So a little bit different look, but you are going to get the cloth seats, black cloth seats to go along with that. So right there you go. Front bucket seats, of course, with the console. Rear seat seats 3 back there in the back. And you do have a, talking a little bit more about the console here before we get to the back. We do have the console right here with a opening up here for storage up there. So it does have a storage bin there, as well as you can store things inside the console. So we'll get more into the controls up here when we get further in, when I start talking about the dash and everything. So on the back, you do have a bench seat, so full bench seat back here. So that seat cushion can come up for underneath storage back there. So you'll have that. Also, that back rest does come down as well, allow you to get to that different things in the back, like your jack, funnel, those kind of things on the back and back there, by being able to lay that seat forward. And then, of course, don't forget that the underseat storage there. And then also, let's move around to the front up here. Here we go. There's a good front shot there. So you do have the power windows, power locks right here, standard for the XL trim. So you do have power windows and locks. Also, to kind of talk about the seats, you do have a 6-way manual driver's seat with manual lumbar. And so usually what that means is that you have a lever underneath the front that can slide that seat forward and back. You have a lever on the side for the recline, and then usually you have another lever that allows you to go up and down for that seat. The passenger seat is a 4-way, so forward and back, and then the back rest up and down. And then you do have, it says manual lumbar on here in my notes here from last year for you. Also, you as I mentioned, power locks, power windows, one touch down for the power, the driver's window, which means that you just hard press it down and it's going to roll down. You don't have to hold it, but it's only for down, and it's only for the driver's window. It's not for up or for the other windows. So just so you know that there. So also, you do have the front doors have these nice stowable doors. I don't know if you can, maybe I need to go back to the side. You can see that. So lots of storage in here. In fact, they kind of made cutouts in here for you to put taller water bottles and such. So if you need to, you can do that with that. So right up there, you can have some extra storage in those doors. And in the back as well, big enough to put a laptop in those, on those rear doors back there. So I want to make sure I mention that. Now going forward, we do have this steering wheel here. It does have audio controls on the steering wheel, so you can control that. It also does have cruise control for this year. Standard equipment on all of your Mavericks is standard cruise control, which is nice. A manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel, so just pull the lever underneath. It'll go up and down, forward and back. Also, through there, you can see the 4.2-inch productivity screen in the instrument cluster, so you can see all those different things. You will have your speedometer over there, your tachometer, or on your hybrid, it'll show your energy when you're braking and such, and if you're using the motor or if you're using the battery or your electric motor, it actually shows you the difference on that. You do have a keyed ignition, so that means you do have that flip key in there, but it does need the key to start it, so you're going to need that on the XL trim. For your climate control, you have a single zone manual climate control, so real nice and easy to be able to figure out what temperature you want there with the manual climate control. You do have an 8-inch center stack screen, I should say, so that's going to be standard equipment for you. The controls are right there, as you can see right in there for you. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is standard equipment on these, so that's nice to have, so you can connect that. You will need to use a cord to plug that in. You do have USB ports down here, USB type A and C, to be able to plug those different devices in for the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And you do have a power point right here as well that you can plug those different adapters into. You will get FordPass Connect, allows you to stay connected to the vehicle using the FordPass app. So it's an app you download, free to use. Unlock your vehicle from anywhere, schedule remote start times, even remote start your vehicle, even on the XL trim with that. And then for your audio system, AM/FM stereo with 6 speakers. Up here, you'll have a, kind of hard to see in that. Let's go to 360 view so you can see. It does have the overhead console with the sunglass bin right up here. Your lights are controlled with those switches right there. So probably pretty nice and easy to turn those on, off, or on the door setting if you have that in the middle. And then, of course, you do have those visors that you can flip down to protect, and they can swing towards the side windows as well if you need to there. Close that. And then, of course, I mentioned the power points, the points and everything. Big enough to put your phones down in here. One that goes at an angle, so one person could actually have their phone kind of up and down like that, which is real nice. And you have the rotary dial shifter down here as well. And you know the benefit of that, it's really nice. If you have that in drive and you open your doors, it's going to automatically put it into park for you. Because some people may forget, hey, you know, I stopped, whatever, I didn't put it in park. And since it's located down there, they start opening the door to get out. It's nice that it'll go into park for you and then remind you that you still have it turned on. So you're going to have that as well. So I think that's all the features that I wanted to cover with this on for the standard equipment. Now let's talk about some different packages available for you, and then we'll get to standalone options. Now we're going to start talking about packages, and the first one I want to talk to you is available in either the hybrid or the EcoBoost motor, whichever way you go, whether it be front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and that is the Copilot 360. So I'm going to click on this eye, get a little more information. It is the same price as it's showing on the building price right now, and that is $650 for this year. And what this is going to include some great features. This is where you're going to get your lane keeping system and your Bliss. So what is Bliss? Bliss is a blind spot information system. Actually shows you an image of it right there with cross-check alert. So it's monitoring your blind spot. So if there's someone in your blind spot, it's going to put a light in the corner of that mirror and let you know it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. Also, as you're backing up, someone crosses your path behind you, it's going to alert you as well. Using those same sensors, letting you know series of tones and not to back up. Also puts a message on, puts it on their dashes or your productivity screen as well, and lets you know that there's someone back there that's coming behind you. Your lane keeping system helps to try to keep you in your lane. So what that's going to do is you can see there it does say lane keeping aid, lane keeping alert, and driver alert system. Now let's talk about the aid system first. So the lane keeping aid system will actually help keep you in your lane by actually getting, when you get over those lines, it's going to bring you back in and keep you in your lane. So it kind of does it for you. The alert system will let you leave your lane, but it's going to vibrate the steering wheel and let you know you've left your lane. So it starts when it gets to the lines. So if you're gradually getting over there, it'll start vibrating the steering wheel even before you've kind of left your lane. Now the driver alert system is going to alert you every time when you're taking your hands off the steering wheel too often. And it doesn't do it as soon as you take them off. It notices for a length of period of time that you've taken your hands off the steering wheel and alerts you and lets you know that. Now all those features of things can be activated and deactivated, just so you know, in your settings for your screen. Now, a couple things you'll notice on this too, when you get the Copilot 360, you also do get the manual, I would say it's optional on the manual sliding rear window. So if you do go with that option, it does require you to get this package to get the manual sliding rear window. And another thing to note, it's not showing it on here, but when you, on the XL trim, when you get the Bliss, you also get the power mirrors. So that's something we found out last year. See if it's actually noting that in here. Yes, it does. Includes the mirror side view manual folding power glass for you. And also, if you have a hybrid, gives you the full size spare on the hybrid, not the EcoBoost, just a hybrid. So with this package, again, you get the Bliss, you get the lane keeping system, you also get the power mirrors for your XL vehicles, and if you have a hybrid, also gives you the full size spare as well. So you're getting all those as part of this package. And don't forget, if you want a manual sliding rear window, which is a standalone option, it does require to get this package. Now the next package is a little bit different. You'll notice it's not listed here. That's because it's available on with certain configurations. So we're going to talk about the 4K tow package that is available on the XL trim, and that does require you to have the EcoBoost motor, and also requires all-wheel drive. So this is what gives you 4,000 pounds of towing capability. So I didn't mention it earlier, but the towing is 2,000 pounds otherwise. So you'll need to go EcoBoost, all-wheel drive, to be able to add the 4K tow package. So your 2220, of course, don't forget 2,220 at this current time, to go to the all-wheel drive for the EcoBoost engine. There we notice the 4K tow package does pop up. Let's see, look at the pricing for that. So make sure and see if it's the same as it's listed there. So 4K tow package, $745 current pricing, and that's what it's showing right now there. So let's click the eye and go over some of the features. Now the biggest thing is it's going to allow you to tow 4,000 pounds, right? That's the biggest reason people are going with this package. You can tow, like you're seeing there, little campers and different things behind you. Now this does show some of these features. I'm going to actually go for my order guide here, because no matter what you have, this is actually a little outdated here. So you're going to get the 225 65 R17 all season tires for that. No matter which configuration you have, it looks like. So this says for the XL, so that is what we're looking at right there. So the 18-inch if you go with the Lariat trim. So And then also you're going to get the trailer brake controllers next on my list. So it does mention it here. Trailer brake controller allows you to be able to control the brake of the trailer, just like it sounds, right? And this is, to get this, you're getting the 7-pin wiring to be able to use that trailer brake controller. So you're going to get the trailer hitch receiver with the 7-pin wiring that goes along with that. You also get the transmission oil cooler, and you get the higher capacity radiator. So, and then the upgraded cooling fans. All those things help cool the vehicle, the engine off and such, so that it can perform in tow for up to 4,000 pounds. So giving that engine that capabilities, the bigger radiator for cooling, upgraded cooling fan as well to keep that engine functioning well and everything like that. And then the big thing is the upgraded drive ratio. So it isn't giving us the ratio here. I don't see it in my notes either, but it does upgrade that drive ratio so that you can handle a little bit more, especially if you need to pull that and get started with it. Having that drive ratio upgraded a little bit allows it to be able to do that. Again, this is not available with your hybrid and not available with the front wheel drive. You need to go EcoBoost all-wheel drive to get this package. Now let's talk about some standalone options. And standalone options, of course, means they're not included in a package. You can order them as individual standalone options. So we're going to actually use last year's build price and get you updated on some things that are new and maybe not included as we go through these, and also kind of let you know which of these you should steer away from and which are factory installed options versus a dealer installed option. So I'd recommend you bypass on any dealer installed options, just because they'll ship it ahead of time, but a lot of those are the ones that are holding builds up. So first off, talking about one of those is the splash guards. Now this is a factory installed option, and it is installed at the factory, but it is really holding things up. They're about a 2 or 3% constraint on those, so I would really try to steer away from those. And I get prices on all this, so I went ahead and I thought, well, let's go ahead and do prices. So the splash guards, if I can find it here for you, is $180 this year. It's $180 as it was last year. So now then we do have these swing box or toolbox swing cases. There's a driver's side and a passenger side. As you can see what those do, you swing out. Those are pretty cool. Shouldn't hold up your build, but they are dealer installed options, and they're put on by the dealer. So they'll ship it ahead of time. The dealer will install it, and they're $320 this year instead of $280 for that. Now again, this is as a time of recording of this video, so just want to make sure I clarify that for everybody, so they know that I'm just going off of the current prices as of the recording of this video. Now we do have these tonneau pickup box covers. We do have a soft trifold, so that's soft folding here. As you can see, kind of look as a trifold soft folding cover, and so that is a factory installed option. I will tell you, I would stay away from any pickup box tonneau covers. Try to get it installed later. You can get these through Ford Accessories, install them themselves. We did a video on how to install one of these. We had a hard trifold that we installed in 30 minutes, and that was including stopping for recording and such and getting everything ready. Probably can be installed a little bit faster as well, and we have a really good install video on how to install these bed covers. They're all put on about the same way, and you could do that yourself pretty easily. Most of you get in this truck probably do it yourself anyway, and you wouldn't have any problem installing it yourself, or have your dealer do it for a very low fee, $50 or $100 to install that. Now, let's go over the pricing. So the soft tonneau cover, soft folding tonneau cover. Now, keep in mind that this cover isn't available with your any of the bed rail. There's some crossbars that can be available. We'll talk about later. It's not available with those. Also, not available with the pickup box extender, because I think the brackets get in the way of that, as well as the bed divider, which is a new item for this year. We'll talk about in a little bit. It is $590 now instead of $560. So if the factory does it, that's what it's going to be. It's going to cost you. And then there's the hard trifold. So again, it is similar to that in a sense. There you go. It's a trifold hard cover there, and that actually did go up this year as well. It is $1180, so it went up $20. Not bad there. So that's another way of getting that done. So there you go. And again, we'll hold up your build. And then you have the roll-up cover, and that went up as well. That is a $1,200 now as of current pricing, and that rolls up real nicely. I wish I showed an image of that, because it does have the Ford emblem on the back. And again, all three of these covers you can get through Ford Accessories and install them yourselves, and I would recommend that for you if you want to get your truck a little bit faster. Otherwise, it will hold up. Those are all at about anywhere from a 2 to 10% constraint item for your builds there. And then also mentioning that bed extender is not available on the hard roll-up, But the hard trifold, the extender is available with it. And then also the Yakima bed rail mounting crossbars are not available. Any of those kind of makes sense because those mount on the crossbars. So there you go. Moving on down, bed extender. This is also a constraint item. Is put on at the factory. Bed extender is available. It is $370 this year, same price as it was last year. And that bed extender is not available with your hard drop-in liner, not available with your soft folding or your hard roll-up bed covers either. You do have the bed tray liner. Bed tray liner is also something that's holding builds up right now, and that is not available with the bed mat. Kind of makes sense. They actually have a better image this year. Last year, nope, still don't really have an image. Maybe if you can zoom in on that. But a bed tray liner, I assume it does not go up on the sides, but just is more of just kind of a little tray system that goes in there for you. And this is, let's see, $180 last year, and the bed tray liner is $180 for this year as well. So that is available. And bed tray liner, again, holding up your builds if you want to put those on there. Spray and bed liner. You kind of see an image of this one here. So spray and bed liner right there. So pretty cool. I don't know if it actually has a Ford on the back, but I do know they don't spray the top rail up there on the truck with theirs. $495. It is still $495 for this year. And again, it's about a 37% constraint, so not the worst in the world. They did take that out of the luxury packages for the XLT and then Lariat. So on the XL, and you might be okay with this, but that is done at the factory. And the hard drop-in liner as well is $375. That is also available at $375 for this year as well. And keep in mind, this is not compatible with the bed extender or your bed mat or the extra tie downs, it says, which is not, I think that's for your fleet dealers only. So, and then you do have the bed mat removable. So that bed mat also there, it's $140 for this year too. Not available to bed tray liner or your hard drop-in liner. And bed mat also is holding builds up from getting scheduled. So all these are constraints. So again, I stay away from the bed accessories. Most of those you can take care of afterwards for the similar pricing. These bed mats you can just drop in yourself. You can order it from Ford Accessories. That's what I would try to do. I know Ford is trying to sell these real hard in here, but I will tell you they are holding up builds. Just keep that in mind. Protective film for the hood and fender. I don't know if they show a good image of that or not. No, they don't. But that basically is a film that goes on the top to help from rock chips and such. It goes on the front fenders and the hood, the front part of the hood, and to help protect it from rock chips and such and wear and such. And that is holding up orders severely, like 2% right there. And that is also done at the factory. That is not available with there's a couple different hood deflectors. It's not available with those. It is $360 again this year as well. Window air deflectors. So they have, actually shows an image of what those look like. So those go on the windows. And those they're not really holding up the builds. You could put those on there, but those window deflectors are put on by the dealer. Yep, they're a dealer installed option there. $150 for this year, so they've gone up quite a bit for about $30. But the dealer would install those for you. So the factory would ship it, and the dealer would install it. Don't see that it's holding up builds too much, but too many of these accessories it will eventually. But you should be good if you want to order that on your vehicle and have the dealer. It's a dealer installed option. Manual sliding rear window is a factory installed option. I would get that if you want it. Again, we mentioned earlier, does require the Bliss or the Copilot 360 package if you want to get that. So that is a factory installed option, and it is $155 again this year. So same price as the website showing right now. Trailer hitch receiver with the 4-pin connector. So also that is another factory installed option I would try to do. It can be installed afterwards. That cover, I don't know if you noticed earlier, but it does pop off there where they install that. So it doesn't look like it can be done too difficult at the factory afterwards, but it's not holding up builds that we know of right now. So you can go with that. It is, let's see, trailer hitch, where's that at? It is over here, $100 this year. So same price as the current last year's prices. We do have the wheel locking kit. That is something that's not holding up builds really. They're going to take one of those lug nuts, original lug nuts, and put a locking one on there for you. That is a dealer installed option, so the dealer would install those for you when it arrives. It is now $75 instead of $65. Engine block heater is a factory installed option. I would definitely, if you want the engine block heater, get that. That just allows you, if you're in a cold weather state, keep your vehicle outside, plug it in, keep it warmed up so it starts easy. In the morning, still $90 as it's showing on the website there. Here's your arrow hood deflectors. You can kind of see what this one looks like. And there's this in here that says smoke. So that looks pretty cool. So that's on there. And again, these are accessories you can get later. And there's a textured one as well. So it's like a molded in material and a more textured than that one. Those are both options for you. The dealer would install those when it comes in if you do order it on your builds. It can also be done through Ford Accessories and still have the dealership install it. It is $140 for both of those for this year. So they went up a little bit there. And then this in here is not really available anymore. Now they do have one called the Cargo Management System Mounted Bed Crossbars. It's $335 for those. Not sure what those look like, but that's I don't know if that's the same one that they're listing here for $800. I don't know why they listed for $800, but that is a little bit different system, I think. They also do have a Yakima one that's on the order guide, and that one there is $680 for it. So I think it's a little bit different system, and then of course made by Yakima, and that one there is not available with your of course the other crossbar option, as well as any of your bed covers if you want to go with the Yakima one. Now the Cargo Management System mounted bed crossbars, that is the only thing it's not available with is the Yakima system crossbars. So it is not saying it's not available with your bed covers, which is really nice. So I'm not sure how those are mounted on, but that was actually something that was on late availability last year that is showing up on the order guide for this year. So and then did we miss a full-size spare? I went right over it. So full-size spare is right up here. That is the same $115 for this year as well. Not holding up any builds for this year. Like you mentioned earlier, Copilot 360 comes with a full-size spare for the hybrid, but not on the EcoBoost. So if you do get the Copilot 360, you'll still have to add this as a standalone option. It's $115 for your EcoBoost models for that. I think I've covered all the exterior items. There is a tailgate lock. Did I go over that one too? Tailgate lock is not showing it in here. I think I did go over it. It was up here, wasn't it? Anyway, the tailgate lock, if you want that lock for your tailgate, here it is. Yeah, I did go right over it. I just skipped right over both of all these right here. So the theft prevention hinge lock, it is $40 again this year. And what that's going to do is it doesn't lock the tailgate. What it allows you to do is if you want to put the tailgate down and leave it down, then it puts a lock on the tailgate so people can't take the tailgate out, because the tailgate is removable, and so that puts a lock on it so that way that people can't remove the tailgate. So a lot of people last year wanted to make sure people knew what that was, because that was something that was not really specified on what that was. I wanted to make sure people knew that it does not lock or power lock your tailgate. It just leaves it so if you want the tailgate down, people can't steal the tailgate off of it if you're away from your vehicle. A couple things that did show up for this year that are now standalone options for you on the exterior, and one of them is your bed tie down locking rails with two locking brackets. So basically on this rail, it's a rail system here that goes on the vehicle. In fact, it'd probably be easier for me to show you on an XLT, because it's actually part of the luxury package last year. And so let me, if I add this, there you go. There you go. There you go. That's what that is. So there's your locking brackets. That is now a standalone option this year. It's not included in this package anymore. So that makes it a standalone option available even on the XL trim. So you see those brackets and this little D hook that slides around back and forth. So that is available as a standalone option. It's $225 if you want to add that to your truck. Also, something that is new for this year is the bed divider kit. So this allows you to be able to divide up your bed. You can kind of see some different places where you can make your own if you want, but Ford has their own pre-made one. So if you want a bed divider kit, you can add this. Not sure if that's going to hold up your builds or not. It's a dealer installed option, so it will be shipped to the dealer ahead of time. It is $350 and not available with your soft folding bed cover. So just so you know that, not available with that. And something else that's showing on here for this year that I did not notice on the website, and that is the TouchLink truck bed lighting by Looms. So it is a bed light that goes in the back. Last year, I think it said that there was 2 of those, and there's not. There's just one of those. It goes on one side, you touch it, and it lights it up and allows you to give you a bed light in the vehicle. That is $320 for this year. Did not hold up builds last year much. So if you want to add that, it's a dealer installed option, and the dealer would install it for you. Let's talk about some of the interior features, or standalone options, I should say, that is available for this year. And a lot of these are the same as it was last year, so we'll go through this. And a lot of these interior features are, dealer installed options more than anything, but there are a couple that are factory installed options. So we'll go through these and let you know which is which. So you do have this commercial roadside assistance kit. And so there you go. So this is, basically if you're using your truck for, a fleet business and something like that, you want to have some of this stuff for on the side of the road. If you're, have an issue there, that is available. And this is a dealer installed option in the sense what they do is you see that bag that's included in there. Now all that stuff comes unassembled and then they basically put everything in the bag for you. So that's what the dealer does for you and then puts it in your vehicle. Again, can be ordered through Ford Accessories. It is $230 this year instead of $220 as the website's showing. So there you go. That's an option for you. Not holding up builds that I can tell from last year if you want to order it from the factory. But again, you can get it through Ford Accessories for the same price. Roadside assistance kit. This is also kind of another assistance kit. Again, comes with a bag to put everything in so that they would go to the dealer in a box. The dealer would pretty much throw everything in together for you and put it in your vehicle upon delivery. And that one there also is $70 for this year, same price as it was last year. The first aid kit, again, comes with the bag. So the dealer would put those in the bag, goes to the dealer, they would install it, put it in your vehicle. Again, $50 this year as well for that. You do have this ash cup coin holder thing that's available. And again, that's going to be, you can get that through Ford Accessories too, but that's not holding up builds that I can tell. Not many people ordered it last year, but if you want to be able to put a coin tray in that, put that in your cup holder, you can do that. Or if you're a smoker, you could also do that. That there is $45 this year, so it went up a little bit, but you can't order that. That is a dealer installed option as well. So really it's going to come with the vehicle. They put a lot of the floor mats and different things in together and put it in there. Which is something I just remembered. Floor mats are standard equipment. You do get 2 front floor mats with your vehicle. Forgot to mention that. Okay, floor liners. Speaking of that, so you have floor liners are next. So you do have a couple different options. You have them with or without the carpeted mats. So you do get carpeted mats as standard equipment. Front, you get front mats, not rear mats. This one you'll get front as well as rear if you get the floor liners. So you can get it with the front, the floor mats if you want. To switch those out. Some people like to have the floor mats during the summer and the floor liners in the wintertime. So you can get that. So it's $175 if you get it with the floor mats, or $135 if you get it without the floor mats. So if you never plan to use the carpeted mats, save yourself $40. Go with the floor liners instead, and you can do it. Floor liners we did not find the floor liners were holding up any builds last year. So I want to let you know that. So that's kind of how those work there. And then let's see, moving on down. Power moonroof is not available in the XL trim this year. So that is a change for this year. So the moonroof not available this year. So last year was a standalone option for the XL trim. This year, again, not available. Smokers package. So that is available as well. And that is a dealer installed option for us here. So that one there, let's see what it costs. What's it cost now? The smokers package is $80 this year. Does come with the little ashtray there as well as a lighter thing. So that would go in the PowerPoint for you if you want to do that. So you can get that package if you want. I don't think it's holding up any builds. We didn't have a lot of people order it last year, so I don't know for sure. And then you do have the 110 outlet. So this is outlet giving you the outlet in the cab only, not in the bed. So that'll be an outlet behind the console. So 110 outlet there. It is, let's see, what is it this year? It's $150 this year as well. That is done at the factory. So if you do want this is not something you can get through Ford Accessories. This is something you want to order with your vehicle when you order the vehicle. And then I'm going to skip over this because the Wi-Fi hotspot removal, that was on here last year because of constraint items and chip holds, things like that helped them to get vehicles out by removing that. So it was added as an option last year. It is on the order guide for this year, and it does say required option. So don't know, usually when that happens, we notice when we put it on all of our orders, that wasn't an option we could choose. So that's an option that Ford will put on there if they need to. And then the console vault. So console vault, as you can see with an image there, does allow you to put a lockable vault in for your console. So if you put things in there, lock it, because that console doesn't lock. So this allows you to be able to do that if you want to. I think, let me look, that is a dealer installed option. So the dealer would install it. It'll be shipped to the dealer ahead of time. And it costs $390 this year as well for the vehicle. And I think that's all of our options. So that's all of our interior, exterior, and interior options for you that are available. Again, the main significant one is you cannot get the moonroof on the XL trim this year, and try to get those Ford accessories through Ford Accessories and save yourself some time of waiting to get your vehicle scheduled. So there you have it. There's our complete guide for the Ford Maverick for 2023 for the XL trim. We covered all the standard equipment, all the different packages available, and your standalone options all in this one video. So hopefully this was a very informative video for you. If you have a 23 model year order, you know what you can add and subtract. Again, any of those standalone options can be added and taken off of your vehicle at any time throughout this. Even those packages, those 2 packages, can be added and taken off of your order as well without affecting, you know, when your order was put in, without affecting your place in line, anything like that. Those changes can be made to your order. Ford did tell us that we won't be able to, you can't change the engine. So you can't go from EcoBoost to hybrid, and they did tell us you're not going to be able to change the body code, which would be front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. So they're saying that will not be available for this model year, as well as if you already chose the XL trim. They did say you won't be able to change from the XL to one of the other trims, but currently we can do that. So I'm not sure how much longer they'll allow us to do that. So, but anyway, hopefully this video did help you out, gave you some great information for you. If you do like videos like this, hit the red subscribe button down below so you can get subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified the next another video uploaded to YouTube channel. And again, if you did like the video, smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. Helps out the video. Gets it out there for other people to see and let them know that this is a good video that they might like if they're looking for Ford Maverick information. And don't forget to check out our live stream. We do a live stream every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time here on our YouTube channel. So we do that every week. We've done 59 episodes now, and it's a great time for us to be able to tell you any constraint items that they have on the different builds or the different vehicle model lines, what's scheduling for that week. So if you do have a Maverick on order, you know whether or not, you know, to be looking to see if your order gets selected or could be scheduled this week. So that's something that you might want to check out, those live streams, because we do have a lot of fun. Plus, I answer any questions you might have live on the live stream if you check us out at that time. If not, it's going to be recorded. You can check it out later if you don't have a chance to watch it. But do try to go over there and check those live streams out. So again, thanks for watching this video. And until the next one, we'll see you later. Don't forget, we'll be doing the XLT and the Lariat trims here real soon. So be looking for those videos.